Did you walk all the way here from the village? You must be exhausted. So what can I do for you, detective? Well, I hope this doesn't offend you, but I have to ask some tough questions. Can we talk about your grandson Makoto's disappearance 18 years ago? Why are you asking? I'm investigating a case that may have some connection. Oh. And Makoto's disappearance is... I see. Let's just start with anything you remember about it. Let me ask you one thing. Of course. Does Junko know you're here? Does it matter? No. No, I haven't told her. I suspected not. She wouldn't have wanted you to speak with me. She knows her granddaughter well. Give her that much. I understand. Well, not sure if I can help, but I'll tell you what I can. Okay. Let's go. It was July 1st, 18 years ago. Junko's 9th birthday. We wanted to make it as special as we could, so my husband and I were out shopping for a gift. You must have gotten carried away. We were gone far longer than we expected. And my lighting is terrible right now, I'm realizing. Hold on, let me... Nope, that's even worse. There, that should be a bit better, I hope. Hope I can get a better lighting setup after I move. Anyway. We didn't get home until after 7 p.m. And when we did return... I guess the issue is that I just don't have lighting on this side of the room, unfortunately. There weren't any lights on in the house. Junko? Makoto? Where are you two? What is it? What's going on? Oh. We found Makoto sitting in the darkened tea room, staring vacantly and all around. There were purple flower petals scattered all over the place. Purple flower petals? Did it get turned down? Like, what are those about? I tried to find out what was going on, but Makoto wouldn't say a word. Then my husband said... Hey, where's Junko? I can't find Junko anywhere. Makoto, where is Junko? Hey, Makoto! When Makoto heard Junko's name, he rushed out of the house. Interesting. We were in shock, but we waited patiently for the two of them to come back. They, didn't return. At around 9 p.m. we called the police, and shortly after that, I heard the front door slide open. I thought, thank goodness they're back. So we rushed to the front door to greet them. But instead, Junko was the only one there. She had returned without Makoto, in tears. When I asked about Makoto, she just cried harder. It wouldn't speak. Okay, so she knows something. If anyone knows what happened to Makoto, it's her. Junko. The police eventually showed up and tried to speak to Junko, but she wouldn't say anything. Later that night, we searched far and wide for Makoto. Neighbors and police helped us comb the entire village, but we couldn't find him anywhere. And he was around like 14 at the time of the disappearance, I believe. And we've never seen him since. Oh. Interesting. What does Kuze know? Or Junko, I suppose I should say. A neighbor I spoke with said that Makoto and Junko were very close as brother and sister. So what could have happened that day to separate such tight-knit siblings? Maybe it's just a painful memory she doesn't want to relive. She stopped talking for now. Let's look around. Oh, what? Those flowers look interesting. They're purple flowers. Interesting. Call touch engage? No? Alright, gotta examine them. Maybe just look at your face. Is she looking at my plastic bag? You want the... Hey. What's that you brought with you? Oh, this, one of the villagers gave it to me. I see. My grandkids loved eggplants, especially Makoto. That's what I heard. Will you listen to another little story? Go ahead, I'm all ears. I'd love to, please. Tell me about Makoto. Makoto was just a quiet, honest, and kind-hearted boy. He smiled all the time, even if a friend was teasing him. And he never got angry. Okay. And Junko? Junko used to be annoyed that Makoto never seemed to get angry. She'd get angry on his behalf sometimes. She'd say, "Who's going to protect you, big brother? It's me. I've got to do it since you won't protect yourself." I can almost hear it. Any observations, Obito? You got those eggplants from Tayama, didn't you? Anything else about Makoto? He was one of those big brothers who sort of let his younger sister call the shots. but deep down he knew she was his little sister. She was so adorable. And even as feisty as Junko was, I'm sure she looked up to him as a big brother. Even when he seemed a bit soft. He was always protecting her. And Junko? Junko and Makoto's parents died in a terrible accident. Oh, but Junko was still just a baby. She cried all the time, even after coming to the village. It must have been so hard. She wouldn't have the love she needed from her parents. Anything else? Junko did cry a lot, poor thing. And Makoto? Makoto would watch over his sister with a smile on his face, not saying a word. Sometimes Junko would tease him and ask if he was sad, but Makoto would just say, I could never be sad with you as a little sister. That's what he always said. Did I accidentally activate, like, fast forward? I did. Okay, it's gone now. Some nights after Junko went to sleep, I noticed that Makoto would cry alone. He never showed that sort of emotion in front of us. It was usually all smiles. And that's just kind of how us men operate, really. Poor boy had helped heal and nurture Junko. Those precious kids, both irreplaceable. Let me think on this for a moment. So young Detective Kuza and her brother Makoto had a strong bond as children. It sounds like they were as happy as a brother and sister can be. So what could have happened between them on that day 18 years ago? That piece of the puzzle is still missing. There must have been something to trigger their actions that day. Any observations? Anything about Junko, Mom? Could it have been related to the purple flowers? Purple flowers. Say. Yes? Have you ever seen an eggplant flower? No. Are they white? I don't know. No. I wonder if the scattered flower petals she mentioned could have been... Well, they have very pretty purple flowers. A shade of purple just like Junko's favorite. Okay. On the night that Makoto disappeared, Junko finally calmed down and spoke with me. Okay. She explained what happened and why there were eggplant flower petals everywhere. What could it be? Maybe he was trying to cook. Back then, my husband and I were avid gardeners. We made wonderful meals from our vegetable garden. Naturally, the kids took an interest, especially when they tasted how delicious everything was. Junko started saying, I want to grow vegetables too. I asked her what kind of vegetables she was most interested in growing, and she said, eggplants, because my brother loves them so much. Let's grow some for his birthday as a surprise. She was just so adorable. Anyway, we thought she could manage some eggplants, so we stacked We staked out a small plot in the backyard. We figured Makoto wouldn't find it because he hated the bugs back there. It was going to be a secret. The plan was to harvest in July, which was when both kids had their birthdays. And Junko looked at them every day. He was egging on the eggplants to grow. Well, Junko was a terrific gardener, and the eggplants grew nicely with lots of blooming flowers. Oops. Dang. And I told her that it would be around the time of Makoto's birthday. She was overjoyed. I just make sure I didn't, She was so excited. She didn't realize that the flowers are going to bloom on her birthday. So she came home from school that day. I'm home! Hey Junko, guess what I have? A present for you. Or guess what? I have a present for you. A present? What for? It's your birthday and I got some flowers in your favorite shade of purple. No! I just realized. Oh, because the way plants work is the flowers turn into the fruits! Oh no! The flowers are the fruits! He picked the eggplants early! No! But those... I know it's not much, but I really thought you'd like them. They were just in our backyard, can you believe it? So beautiful and in full bloom. Oh, you fool! I know his heart was in the right place. But oh, what had he done? What he had done, rather. Those are eggplant flowers. You idiot! I was growing those! I planted them for you! I've been tending to them for months and... What? I hate you! I hate you! You should just go away! Junko. That's how Junko remembers it. So that's what happened 18 years ago. Let's have a think on this. That must have been traumatizing. For Junko to have lost her brother like that after such an intense fight. I'm sure she took it hard. She probably blamed herself. And poor Makoto. To have upset his sister so much when he only ever wanted to make her happy. The whole incident sounds like it was a shock. What an irony that their love for each other is what ultimately tore them apart. It's so sad. Junko was so depressed after that incident. She cried and cried, feeling like it was all her fault. I tried to think of ways to cheer her up. I don't know if it made a difference, but at one point I helped her press some of the flowers into bookmarks. I told her that we'd keep them as good luck charms. Maybe they would help us bring Makoto back one day. I repeated that again and again, almost like a mantra. Since then, We've both carried ours everywhere. Junko especially treasures hers. I see. Yosei, dinner will be ready soon. Oh, already? Well, time flies when you get chatting, doesn't it? I've heard lots of stories. It's probably time for me to head out. I think I've told you just about everything. I hope it helps at least a little bit. Yes, I mean... Really, you shared much more than I expected. Is that so? Oh, I wonder if Junko will be upset. Uh-oh. Oh, don't be nervous. I won't tell her. She gets it. Alright, well, thank you for your time. And I learned a lot. Not necessarily sure how it's relevant to the case in the modern day, but it'll all connect together in the end, I'm sure. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I hope I haven't overstayed. Don't be silly. I haven't spoken to anyone about Junko or Makoto in a long time. It was a pleasure. Just one more thing, Mr. Detective. Do you know what eggplant flowers represent? Future eggplants? No, I'm afraid I don't. Well, they represent happiness, truth, and hope. Happiness, truth, and hope. That's lovely. Thank you for sharing. Junko taught me about that, believe it or not. She clings to the hope that if we hold on to the pressed flower bookmarks, one day Makoto will come back. I mean, it's a nice sentiment, but he's been missing for 18 years. Like, I don't think people just come back after that. I'm sure it's happened, but not with any regularity, I'm certain. I guess we both cling to that hope, actually. Now today, a detective with a bag of eggplants came to talk to me about Makoto. It feels like fate. Anyhow, I guess that's why I felt like I ought to tell you the whole story. I can't explain it, but I have a gut feeling that you'll be the one to finally reunite Junko and Makoto. We'll see. Well, if you need any more information, please feel free to come back anytime. Thank you. I will. I'll get going now. Utsugi Detective Agency. Charge your phone, man. Charge your phone while you're here. Hello, I'm back. Wait, what? Oh no, is someone missing? Oh, no one's here. Thanks for all your hard work today. Let's get after it again tomorrow. Ayumi. Huh, wonder where she was all day. Has Ayumi gone home already? I'm sure it's fine, right? She just... Well, it's late, but I should probably wrap up today's investigation. Okay, yeah. Well, first let's charge the phone. Oh, right, I need to charge this thing. Here we go. But... I guess it'll be a while before I can use it. Yeah. It takes a while to fully charge. Alright, well, let's review the old case. Detective Kuze and her brother lost their parents at a young age and were raised by grandparents. The grandmother, Yosei, helped me make sure that they were raised in a... or helped make sure they were raised in a loving environment in the village. It sounds like they formed a close and supportive family. But something terrible happened on Junko's 9th birthday. Junko ran out of the house in tears because Makoto forgot Junko's birthday, because he picked the eggplant flowers. Because Makoto picked the eggplant flowers. Yes. She was upset because she had been carefully growing the eggplants for him. When he realized that he had ruined the surprise gift of eggplants that Junko had been growing, Makoto was stunned and didn't notice that Junko had run off. Eventually, he realized that she was gone, so he left home in search of his sister. And then only she returned. Strange. And he never returned. When Junko returned still in tears, she said she thought it was her fault Makoto was gone. But I'm still missing details of what happened while they were away, and why she returned alone. I've got to reveal a bit more of the puzzle. And I think I have to suck it up and secret Detective Kuze herself. Of course, even if I have the courage. I doubt she'd be willing to give me the whole story. Oh, right, after the fact, Junko was obviously upset and Yosei tried to cheer her up. Yosei said that they crafted something together, right? What was it that they made? Select the keyword from your notebook that you believe to be the correct answer. Gotcha. Alright, so this would probably be with Yosei. Bookmarks pressed with eggplant flowers. Yes, bookmarks with pressed eggplant flowers. It sounds like both Detective Kuze and Yosei each still carry one of those bookmarks around with them. And Yosei told me that eggplant flowers represent happiness, truth, and hope. Keeping that symbolism in mind, I wonder if Junko was inspired to become a detective because she believed her brother was still out there. Eventually, Junko grew up and moved away. A few years later, after Yosei's husband passed, Yosei moved to a retirement home called Relax Yokoriko Village. So for now, the Kuze family home is vacant, but Yosei will probably move back soon. Detective Kuze will probably move back in. The house will be demolished soon. Yes, that's right. And Detective Kuze stopped by recently for a final check of sorts. It must have been 3 days ago, or one day before Yusuke Sasaki's body was found. Interesting. Wait, didn't Detective Kuze tell the neighbor that she had to get going because she'd be working early the next morning? But she wouldn't necessarily know that, would she? Maybe. She could have had another reason that she would have had to work early. Does that mean she's such a good detective that she knew there'd be a murder? Not necessarily. She might just have early hours regardless. Yeah, that'd be crazy. I think I did pretty well today, if I say so myself. I feel like patting myself on the back. Now, I need to decide on a plan for tomorrow. I'm too tired right now. Let's talk with Ayumi first thing in the morning and decide. Okay. So a decent bit of info. Nothing that's immediately strikes as relevant to the current case. Chapter 4, A Suspect, by the way. So that's an exciting subtitle. Or chapter title. Good morning. I'm sorry I'm late. Oh, Ayumi's not even here. Is she out investigating? Oh. Hello? Yes, hello. Hey, Suzero. Late night for you yesterday. It was, yeah, but I learned quite a lot. Oh, really? I'd love to hear all about it. That's great, because I can't wait to tell you about it. Where are you? Oh, sorry. I'm actually, I'm actually supposed to meet with Mr. Fukuyama this afternoon. Mr. Fukuyama. Oh, right. He said that he'd talk to some more kids at the school, so I'm hoping he's come up with something promising. Maybe a lead? I'm getting my hopes up. Yeah, I hear ya. What are you going to investigate today? I think I'll go to the library archives and look up how they covered those murders 18 years ago. Sounds good. Stay safe. Bye. Thanks, Ayumi. You stay safe too? Oh, and say hello to Mr. Fukuyama for... Oh, she hung up. Alright, now before we do anything, we got to, of course, use phone context, call the office. Ayumi would get mad if she saw me messing around like this. Okay, fine, I'll call my boss. No, that's the number. Oh, Suzero, how's your investigation going? Well, I'm still with extras that I'm missing a lot of crucial information. That's understandable. This case is a little different than those you've worked on before. But I'm sure you'll be fine. I hope you and Ayumi are collaborating well. I'm counting on both of you. Yes, I understand. I've got to do my best. No pressure at all. Okay. To the library. I'm off.